How's it going, guys? Cooper here with Immoral Thieves. Have a nice war recap against Clan's Landing. We actually had a war scheduled against PWC, and would have been a really nice one because, as you may or may not know, that they're retiring soon. So, would have been nice to get one on the board with them before they go out. Unfortunately, we got intercepted here. Clan's Landing, but still a good matchup. Can't complain too much when they still have anti-3 bases. Ended up getting the W here. As you can see, they actually had a beast on their side get 2 Town Hall 11 triples. Some impressive stuff there. But we had some nice 10v10 action and a close one of our own on the 11s. So Kai here, basically a big miner hit, a pretty heavy kill squad. You see he only has 24 miners plus 7 more in the CC, so 31 miners, a decent amount, but still a pretty heavy kill squad because he's expecting his kill squad to get up, take both enemy heroes, that Eagle Artillery, and the CC. So you'll see quite a bit of troop space here. And then he's also going to use 2 rage spells. Power those bowlers through the king, and then work their way down into the Eagle Artillery. Second rage goes down, king ability. CC is a golem, so the bowlers will have a pretty easy time taking that down. Golem doesn't do much against bowlers. And in with the miners, he's got his level 11 warden, so not a max warden. That would have been one thing that probably would have helped him maybe overcome this base. As well as you're going to see, he forgets his warden ability. So between a max warden and hitting the ability, I think he had a pretty good shot at tripling this then. So the 2 big things, you can see those skelly traps. Miners really get hung up on skelly traps. So between skelly traps and whiz towers, those can do some damage to miners. But other than that, they're just going to power through a base. Not much gets in their way. A double giant bomb does not take them down, and they can be healed while they're under the ground, so it's often pretty hard to stop them if you set the base up right for it. So you'll see here, his miners are starting to fizzle out there on that expo. Quite a big structure, and the wizard tower is wearing them down. Right here, or maybe a little earlier, miner ability, or warden ability, would have been huge. But he heals up, forgets that warden ability, so he doesn't get that invincibility from the Eternal Tome, or whatever it's called. And then, with the Inferno and some of these big structures right in front of it, his miners are just going to get worn out. They get 1 more building down, a couple more percent, ends with an 84% 2-star. So pretty close. Max Warden might have done the trick for him. Next up, we have Joey on their second highest Town Hall 10. So he's going to start this one off with a queen walk. He's going to take this whole side out. And that's going to do 2 things. Take a lot of the flanking point defense out and also funnel it really nicely for his bowlers. You can see everything in this compartment is targetable by the queen, so she has no problem just walking down there, taking everything out. And there's no need for a rage because he only ever has 2 point defense at one time on his queen, and then it's quick enough that he gets back up, and he's just going to pop the ability here as that expo starts to wear her down. So golem, wizards for the funnel and to get his wall breakers in. And you can see this is not an anti-3 base. This is, looks like someone might have forgotten to change their farming base here. 1 jump over the core is going to give him access to everything in the base. Good jump spell. And mass minions in the CC, so he's going to need that double poison quick on them. And rages his healers up more than his bowlers, just to make sure that everything stayed up. So those bowlers are working through the core. They've taken out both Infernos now, and he's going to drop some targeted loons in. There's really not much left on this base. Um, Only this back section, and his queen and bowlers are going straight for it. A lot of times, bowler raids will come down to a little bit of luck with pathing, where they decide to go. And this one, I mean, he planned it out that there wouldn't be much other place for them to go as well. But they chose the right path there. As you can see, only one archer tower left, and he's got a full health queen with healers, a couple bowlers left. So really no chance that they're going to falter on this one. Good minion here getting that cleanup percentage. Couple extra down there, and it is over for that one. Good hit by Joey, especially on a high weight Town Hall 10, and that was a fresh hit. I mean, even if it wasn't the best base design, fresh hit on a high Town Hall 10 like that is not easy. So we had a couple dips here, and then how about a Wii? Coming in with the bowlers. So similar to Joey, he's going to start it off with the queen walk into the mass bowlers. Couple air bombs, messing his minion up. His baby drag is going to do some work here. Actually, funnels it in really nicely onto that cannon. If you can get a baby drag to do your funneling and take out a point defense, it actually gets 2 defenses there, and that's huge value for that. So his queen is going to get this archer tower, cannon, and nice timing that she's never going to be under any immediate danger. Well, now she has the expo on her, so he's probably going to pop the ability soon. No, she'll get healed back up. So minions and then a golem in the CC, and as I was saying before, golems really don't do much against bowlers. So you can see the bowlers are going to take this golem out in a second. Double giant bomb goes off, I think, maybe just single. So he might have lost a couple bowlers from that combined with the golem splash. King getting low, he's going to pop the ability, and King decided to really go MVP here. He's beaten into a compartment with almost nothing left while the bowlers are over here. And you can see the healers are on the king, which is fine because he's staying alive now. And you're going to see these bowlers and queen decide to veer off and just take a trip around the base, while the king goes through and trips both these giant bombs, a little sacrifice by him. So everything, all the point defenses are on the outside now. There's nothing to really stop these bowlers and queen walking around. And he's got some bowlers in the middle with healers. You know, too much damage coming at these point defenses for them to take anything down. Couple back end hogs, nicely placed. Take out those last couple defenses, and then he's got 10 to 15 bowlers and a max queen with ability left for that last archer tower, so nothing can stand in his way. And he also had a nice hit on their top Town Hall 11. I'm actually going to show... okay. Never mind. So next up, our 9s did very well this war. We must have had maybe 15 Town Hall 9 attacks left that we were able to use for scouts. So I was able to have someone kind of scout this one beforehand. He didn't find anything that I wasn't expecting to, so my plan pretty much stayed the same. But I actually forgot to drop one of my minions on this army camp here. So you're going to see, I meant to drop the minion on the army camp to go to the gold mine. And I was thinking, okay, she'll probably go to this builder hut, but she decides to go to the army camp, and I had to kind of scramble because I was planning for her to go this way. But luckily, symmetrical base, so I get the wall breakers in the same way I wanted to over here on this wall. CC starts to come out, got a couple point defense on me, get the rage, poison, and then Valks and the king, they're just here to get this inferno down. So their only job, and they come in nicely, just as I wanted them to. Take down that Inferno. My queen is able to pick off some of the CC while the Valks and King are distracting it. And then my queen's going to go right up the gut, and I put my miners in. And their job is to take down this Inferno and then take the rest of the base out. Didn't get that baby drag down, but luckily still had my queen's ability. It's going for my healer, so I decided to quickly just pop my ability. She's going to turn, hit that baby drag. Lucky timing on that. And then my miners are working through. Got the freeze and the heal because there was a double giant bomb down here. Well, actually, there was one on this side, and that's what I was planning to have my miners come through. But I didn't know what was on this side, so just expected it. So then this last heal, and actually my healers redirect after the queen dies onto my miners, and they're going to help them stay up. I mean, this base wouldn't have had much of a chance. There's almost all the miners, probably like 20 to 30 miners left. Anyways, I mean, the healers are down, and they're still just going to overwhelm this base. Too many of them left. It's hard to tell with them sometimes because they're just traveling underground, and you have kind of no idea how many are left or which group of miners you need to heal up, but it can be pretty beast. And then another one, Queen Walk with miners, a couple of Valks and King for an Inferno, was kind of the go-to for us this war at the Town Hall 10 Th10 scene. So Maverick is just going to set it up, a pretty short walk. He only gets 2 point defenses there, and then he already has his Golem and some Valks and the King coming in. But basically these Valks and the King are just there to tank in front of that Inferno and help out with all this DPS. They're going to smash through that. The CC is going to lock onto them so he can poison them. Pops the Queen because she's getting low. She wasn't targeted by anything but the Inferno, but he didn't really want to risk it. So King ability is going to come any second here. Probably could have gone a little sooner with that. And then miners in from the top. And if you can get an Inferno and get your queen into the middle of a base, the miners are going to go ham. So he actually trips a double giant bomb there. But they were underground. It's kind of crazy with miners. They don't get hit by a double giant bomb if they're underground, but they still get healed up or raged up if they're underground. So, kind of makes them OP in that sense. A couple skeletons and double wizard tower, so that's a big spot for miners to have trouble with. Skeletons and wizard towers combined. Healers are going wonky here. That haste is making them jump all around. But at this point, he has miners on every point defense. Nothing left but the mortar. And a full health queen. 20 or so miners up. Really nice attack, Maverick. And swagging 2 archers. So that's always impressive. Pretty much same thing out of these two. It was Queen Walk miner attacks, but I can go through them quickly. This one was a tough base. I really had to think about it for a while because this core is a nightmare for just about any troops. Whether you're talking La Lune, and there's Teslas here and next to the Infernos, so between these wizard towers. So really, for La Lune, which is kind of my go-to, hadn't done a lot of miners. But for La Lune, for miners, bowlers, obviously a very anti-bowler base. But for any of those, I mean, it's pretty difficult when there's 4 wizard towers in the core with Inferno coverage. Really just shreds whatever troops are coming through there. So I knew I had to get most of those out of the way, and preferably both Inferno towers. So I decided I'll sacrifice my king to 1 Inferno tower and use some miners to help funnel him. Managed to hold on to my queen's ability there. And the queen, I'm actually going to have her, I'm going to wall breaker this section right here. It's pretty easy once this gold mine is down. I know my wall breakers are going to go in front of that cannon. And then ability for this Inferno Tower. And then just miners up this backside. So my king doesn't want to play. He goes for that Dark Elixir storage, which I was kind of worried about instead of the Archer Tower, but I just decided it's fine. I'm going to send all my miners in, because once they take out this army camp and this gold storage, there's really nothing for my king to do besides go back into the Inferno Tower compartment. And as long as he trips one of those giant bombs, I'm pretty much good to go. So miners kind of get on there. Queen is now on the Inferno. Pop her ability, take that out. So now there's a heavy core for me to deal with. A couple barbs trip those giant bombs, but miners weren't going to pat there anyways at that point. One heal in the bag for kind of a nightmare of a core there, as you can see. Even though I took out the front half wizard towers, you still got 2 wizard towers, some skelly traps, and Teslas. So I knew I needed to just be patient on my heal here. Wait for these miners to all kind of coalesce, and my healers are actually, I think, going to redirect to the miners at some point here. But my queen meets up with them. Miners under heal. Still got maybe 15 left. The biggest issue was really time. I think I had maybe 7 or 8 seconds left on this last Tesla right there. Managed to get it done. And then Maverick as well. Taking out this their last Town Hall 10 here with another Queen Walk Miner attack. Pretty interesting approach from Maverick. Plans the Queen Walk all the way around this bend into the Queen, and then his Queen's just going to stay up forever. She's going to walk around there, get all the way down to this Expo, and then miners in from the side. The one thing I think was a little kind of made this fizzle out a little more than it would have is that he spread his miners a little thin. You'll see how far he spams his miners along here, but we'll speed it up as Queen moves in range of the AQ 3-point defense in the CC, so he's definitely going to need poison and a rage, and he's going to pop his ability here because does not want to play around with getting that Queen and CC down, or else his miners will be toast. So you see his miners are this whole side of the base, and it's just hard, I think, when you spread your miners kind of thin along the point defenses, because the beauty of miners is that they're underground when they're not on point defenses. So if you can get a huge cluster of them on certain defenses at once, then they'll take them down quickly enough to get back underground and avoid any more fire. But still, way too many left. He's still got both his heroes up, full Queen. Probably like 10 miners and the loon doing some work as well. Maybe 15. So very nice attack by him. That basically wraps up the 10 and 11 scene. And I'll put on another video with some of the Beast 9s we had. Thanks, guys.